That panel is getting heated, of course, but what a great conversation. And it is carrying on in Mzansi. Don't worry, we got your Monday sorted. And speaking of sorting out your Monday, I know Mondays can be exhausting, especially after a long day, putting in the grind. You're coming home to cooking for hours is probably and definitely the last thing you honestly want to be doing after such a long day. So we have a few simple, no-fuss recipes up our sleeve, and these can be a real lifesaver. And we've got one that I think is going to be perfect for tonight. Now, this is a one-pan chicken drumstick meal. It's made with rice and beans. It's absolutely tasty. It's delicious. And it's the best way to kickstart your evening of relaxation because, yes, you deserve it and you need it. And Yedishasa, of course, is the beautiful Jenny Mudis in the building. How are we doing, darling?
I like you.
How are we doing?
You're doing a good deed for the week, eh?
What do you mean? I see you've got the intentional blue Monday, but the red lip is here to pop and break it all up. I don't know if you were listening to the conversation earlier from the panelists. I absolutely love what's coming through there. One thing that I noted was what Ryan was saying about you have no excuse, really. I mean, and you hear some of these excuses coming up when you have some of these issues. And this is a great meal to eliminate some of those excuses, especially when we have so much on our plate. Maybe I can actually call Ryan into the studio right now. I know he's an aficionado when it comes to all things health. Ryan, brother, how you doing, man? Good morning to you.
Good yourself.
Oh, it's so good having you in the kitchen, brother. Is this a
hello to you too.
I've never seen so much intimidation. Jenny, you put the gents in their place, eh? Hey, you still got it. Listen, man, is this a familiar place for you, obviously being in the kitchen?
Yes,
you're
food
cooking.
prep.
Okay, nice. And I thought I'd invite you in as well. As the gents, just helping out the ladies this time in the kitchen. Let's change the narrative. Let's get involved.
Not helping.
All right.
Oh, well, there you go. Let's get straight into it, Jenny. What can the gents do for you this morning? Ryan and I at your service. What's happening?
Well.
It's quite broad.
Okay, what happened here is some turmeric, some cumin, some paprika, a little bit of cayenne pepper full of vitamin C.
Yes.
Nice and hot.
Yes.
Yes, nice and hot.
So the good spices for winter, of course. This is also like some homely stuff.
Absolutely.
What are you normally cooking when you're at home? I know obviously you've got certain periods in your training where you maybe want to cut or you want to bulk, so it's either more carbs or it's no carbs and more protein. What's your go-to though in the kitchen?
Protein.
Protein.
For every meal. For me, I'm no longer playing sport that requires loss of energy. So my carb intake isn't as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't need that long-term burn.
Yes.
So for me, most meals have protein just for muscle recovery. As you get older, also you don't want your muscles to start biting into each other.
Yeah.
Start eating away. So you don't want to atrophy. So protein. Well, you never get old.
What kind of protein?
So protein for me at every meal.
And for me,
I think protein for everybody. I mean, look how important it is. You notice, I'm sure, with some of your clients, how many people are not hitting their protein goal. Never mind just trying to get into an anabolic state, like you said, but they're just not hitting the mark at all.
Absolutely. Protein is what helps you recover from muscle, especially. If you don't have enough protein in your body, you start to cut into your muscle. As we get older, training with weights is still recommended. You want to cut into with no weights, but you start losing your strength, you start having joints. So for me, protein at every meal, obviously manageable protein.
Yes.
Don't overdo it, but yeah.
Talk to me, what kind of protein?
Well, it depends on the person.
And how much
vegan,
protein?
I suppose you can't have chicken or tuna, but
Tuning.
but it depends on you, your age, your size, your body. I can't say for certain.
Really?
But I mean, definitely the chicken over here is going to provide some good protein.
Absolutely.
Some beans and chickpeas
Chickpeas
coming through.
are fantastic.
Protein.
We've got some
not
rice.
going for the chicken option.
Yes.
You've always got that meat-free alternative.
Absolutely, yes.
I know we're talking a lot, actually, and we're distracting Jenny from the final
I'm
meal
never
here,
distracted.
Ryan,
Absolute
stop
professional.
I'm paying attention. Okay, let
What's
me
happening
tell
with
you
the
what's
recipe
in my
there?
pot. Number one, this is a beautiful dish because you're talking about stresses of people coming home.
Yeah.
And whatever, one pot cooking. So it saves all the flavor. We're going to deglaze with everything that is in nothing wasted. A lot of protein, darling.
Nice.
You could actually do this with chickpeas and add maybe some cheese for a non-vegan person and dump the chicken. Maybe some paneer would be very nice.
Yum, now we're talking.
And maybe some beans and some lentils and turn it
Lentils,
into
I
that.
do love a lentil. One like.
But this has got the rice in it, and what we're going to do is we're just going to close it and let it just suck up, and all that beautiful juice and that lovely stock is going to just make those rice swell. And it's going to be absolutely delicious.
Thank you so much, Jenny Moss. Well, it's getting definitely hot in the kitchen right now. We've got Ryan Boda standing by, one of our panelists. We're talking about all things when it comes to mental health and looking after you, Mzansi. The conversation will continue. We need to get them out of the kitchen because it's getting way too hot right now. But you can get this recipe at expresso.com. It's the perfect Monday treat. You can make it in a pot, just one pot. So that means less dishes and more time for you and your relaxation.